Hi, Stuart.
Yes.
I wanted to talk, if you can talk a little bit about the chattering in the head that is constantly happening, sometimes more, sometimes less. We do the meditation to calm it down. Sometimes it works, sometimes even meditation cannot stop the chattering. Many times I find it to be negative. And I wanted to see if besides meditation, even during the day when you don't have the time or the place to sit and meditate, what do you do with them? Do you let them be? Do you stop them? Do you calm them? How?
Rafi, look, this is the single most difficult problem that just about everybody on the planet Earth has. A mind that refuses to shut up, yakking that goes on and on and on, and creating tension, creating problems, creating illness inside people, creating all kinds of situations that are very difficult. Getting over it is really a matter of training. It's a matter of discipline, learning how to keep your attention focused in the chakra below the navel. Building a system inside that is strong enough to do this and to detach yourself from all of that thinking and all that noise that goes on in the head. It takes time, it takes training. I mean, look, you're basically a master at what you do. I mean, you're wonderful at doing the work that you do. It took years to learn what you learned. It didn't come and, the first time you sat down to try to do it. The human mind is a much more difficult area to learn how to master. And, the training, the discipline, the constant coming to meditation classes, building a chakra system that's strong enough to keep the mind quiet, to be able to detach. Eventually that noise in the head becomes traffic in the streets. You don't listen to it. You just are strong enough inside and centered enough inside that it comes and it goes and you don't listen. You detach yourself from it. And this is part of the evolution of what it means to develop a chakra system. You get to a place where you can do this. And there's no simple answer to your question. And I'm honestly will tell you, it's like an endemic. It's worse than COVID. The craziness that goes on in people's heads is endemic to just about every human being that lives on the planet Earth. And it creates so much madness in this world. And yet everyone can master it if they get the training, if they learn how to do it. I mean, it's why I have 7 classes a week here. I really mean this. Because it took me years to learn to master this thing. And I figured, okay, we'll have all these classes and people can use the Shakti, the energy of this meditation to build an inner life that is strong enough to finally detach oneself from all that noise that goes on in the head. I don't have another answer to this. It's not like walking into a room and, flipping a switch and a light goes on. It doesn't work that way. It works because you gradually integrate the Shakti, the energy, the spiritual practice with your entire chemistry that gets you strong enough to be able to detach from what goes on in the head. And also learning how to use that energy. Look, the mind's energy is probably strongest energy we have. And it's also making everybody crazy, because there's no focus. But when we master learning how to bring the attention to the chakra below the navel, and using it to develop that core of our being. Understand? We're using the mind in a positive way. that allows us to get free of all that tension. And suddenly we get knowledge, we get wisdom, we begin to see what's real in life, what's not real in life. We're focused, we're centered in the core of our being. I mean, if you watch great dancers dance, while they're dancing, that's where they're focused. You understand? The same thing with musicians, with artists, with, they're focused, they're not thinking about it. That energy flows through them because somehow the art, the craft that they do enables them to do it. Problem with that is then they have to come off stage and enter the rest of life, and they have to deal with all that stuff because they don't have the training to stay there, to stay centered, no matter what they do. This meditation is focused on teaching people how to do this. Because if you don't learn this, I mean, there never will be any kind of deep inner peace, any kind of quiet, any kind of serenity in a person, any kind of ability to focus on what's real in life and to be able to see past that veil of illusion in life and truly focus on what is real. It requires that kind of inner strength. And I tell you, that's the reason I have all these classes every week, is because I understand the amount of time it takes and the amount of work it takes on oneself to be able to just get free of that voice that never shuts up in the head. That just creates tension. And then you have that emotional voice, and that's like quicksand inside a human being. It also never shuts up. So we got to transform the emotions into joy, into love, into compassion. We have to transform that energy of the mind into quiet, to peace, so that we can receive real knowledge and real wisdom that flows out of the universe and truly can guide our lives. All of this is possible. But as I say, you have 8 billion people living here, all of them, having to deal with that tension that is constant in the mind. And very few people do any kind of inner work that makes it possible for that to change. This meditation is all about doing that kind of inner work. And then you have to have patience with yourself. I mean, it took you X numbers of years to get into the condition of having that voice never shut up. And it's not going to go away in 2 days and 10 classes. It's going to go away through time, through training, through the development of a strong chakra system that enables you to truly detach from that and to use the energy of mind in a conscious way. I don't know how else to explain this, and I know this is a really difficult problem, for just about every human being I meet. I had that problem for years and years and years. And eventually one day, through the training, through the discipline, through the commitment to a spiritual life, and and even more than a spiritual life, to the development of a system inside that was strong enough to be able to detach from the mind and to allow my mind to work on 2 levels. When I need it in the world, there's an intelligence that enables me to work out things and choose things. And when I needed to connect with spirit, there's that focal point of energy that remains focused in the chakra below the navel that gives me the ability to live in the world and to be free of the world at exactly the same time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I wish I wish I had an easier solution. I really do. I would love to impart it to all of you, but I don't know of one. If somebody knows of one, please tell me. I don't know of one. I mean, you can take uppers and downers and pills and they'll do that. They'll get you calmed down, until the pill wears off and then you're crazy again. I mean, doing this inner work builds a system that sustains it, not only in meditation class, but no matter what you do during the day. Your heart's open, you're focused, the mind is quiet. You're able to see the humor in life instead of getting upset at the stupidity in the world. And respond to it that way. I mean, as I say, I wish I had another answer. I don't. That's why I have retreats. That's why I do what I do, because I need it. And I learned after years of doing Rudy's work how much I need it. And I can't imagine I'm that much different than anybody else, And I've been doing this a lot longer than all of you probably together, I mean, it's been a very long time. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, it's honestly, to finish this up, it's like learning anything. If you want to be a doctor, you got to spend 12 years in medical school to learn how to be a doctor. A lawyer requires, every craft, carpenter, a plumber, a musician, a dancer, whatever you do in life, it requires mastering the craft. Once you master the craft, then you can be used as an instrument through which all the knowledge can manifest in life. And this is no different. Mastering the chakra system is mastering a craft. And we all, you get to be used as an instrument through which knowledge, wisdom, love, peace, joy manifests in the world. Shakti manifests in the world. As I said a million times, I don't do this. All I did was master the craft of inner work. That's all I've done. And the rest of it is just the energy flows. There's room in me for the energy to flow. And then when your family, your kids, your parents are making you crazy, you can love them anyway. What does it matter? What does it matter? It's like everything in life. This too shall pass. It all passes. And you learn to, okay. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? There'll be a class in meditation on Sunday. Thank you. God bless you all. Looking forward to seeing everybody. And as I tell you all the time, you ask questions, your presence here, it makes me work on myself in great depth. I have nothing but gratitude to each and every one of you. So God bless you all and thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on Sunday. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.